This is 3FM.
Are you feeling irate? Alright, the crowd's are there now.
This is the Black Pot, aka Kuku Show, where we bring you nothing but pure fire. This is where we speak truth to power. My brother, my sister, I am most excited to be with you. Remember, here we don't criticize. If you hear us criticize, it means we are doing it for one reason: to build and not to destroy. This is the Black Pot, aka Kuku Show, and we are in the service of God and country. Now, in this segment, we normally would not talk politics, not at all. Not under any circumstances. What we talk about is patriotism. Oh my God, we are seeking to rewire the mindset of our people. This is the Black Pot, aka Kuku Shodomo. And here we speak truth to power. From the newsreel, we always keep it real. And the very first story we are looking at today is coming from 3news.com, my own 3news.com, the most authentic source of news. And it's most interesting. It says, West Hills Mall to be ordered for raw footage on Shadrach Alo's murder. And I read it. Now, the Parliament Select Committee on Defense and Interior is to write to the management of West Hills Mall in Accra to demand the raw CCTV footages of the scuffle between a security officer and Shadrach Alo, who later lost his life. Now, the Member of Parliament for Jomoro constituency in the Western region, Dorcas Afo Tofe, who revealed this, said the committee was not satisfied with the footages provided by the police to the committee. That is why they will write to the West Hills Mall to provide them with the raw footages. The MP revealed this in an interview on Onuya FM's Drive Time show, hosted by Dr. Prekase on Thursday, March 30. She explained that the committee met the Interior Minister Ambrose Derry, Inspector General of Police Dr. George Akufu Dampare, the pathologist, the family and legal representative Francis Susu, though he was not allowed into the meeting. You know, the Speaker of Parliament referred the issue to the Defense Committee. So, on Thursday, we met the Interior Minister, the IGP, the pathologist, and the family, and they brought a footage, and it was edited. It was the edited version. Madame Afotofe said, the chairman of the committee, Honorable Ken Japong, said, we should watch the raw one because one of the police, because the one that the police brought was edited, which is different from the one we saw on social media. Now, my brother, my sister, this is the Parliament saying that they are not going to trust and believe in the evidence that the police is providing. They doubt it. And that they are asking for the raw footage from the location where this scuffle happened. Now, we all remember that a few weeks back, there was a scuffle between a policeman and a civilian. It ended up in the death of the civilian. In fact, we heard that something wrong was done to the civilian and he ended up losing his life. Some people said he was tasered. Others too said something else. Now, when the police was asked to provide evidence, the police provided evidence from a video that was edited. Is this professional? Ghana police. I respect the police so much so that sometimes I sit back and I see some bad nuts trying to destroy the reputation of the police, and I cringe. My brother, my sister, let's get deeper into this issue. Now, if the police comes on the scene, we are all supposed to understand that there is peace and decency. But if the whole Parliament of the Republic of Ghana can come out and doubt some evidence that has been provided by the police, it means that the police is descending into some dirty wrangling. Now, if the whole Ghana Parliament can doubt evidence that is coming from the police, then I dare tell you that the police is beginning to lose credibility to this level. Now listen, when this Sherman issue happened, we saw the Ghana police exhibiting a lot of professionalism. The police went in so quietly as masters of investigation, masters of police intelligence, and they were able to crack this one to perfection. We have been talking about the police not well rewarded and remunerated in this country. Today we are hearing that the salaries of police people have been tripled, same as the salaries of soldiers. I have said it elsewhere before. In this country, a lot of policemen and women go into retirement as drunkards. A lot of policemen, in fact, their only reward in Ghana is free appetition and free sex. Look at the police people we have in this country. How many of them have gone into retirement decently? We have always said it and asked the government to treat police people good. In fact, the military is even better. A lot of soldiers go into retirement and they are quite okay, but not police people. A lot of police people I know went into retirement graduating with a degree in drunkenness. Yes, a degree in sex. Those of you who know this know this. How many police people in Ghana have retired in decency? Go to the Central Police Station. Police people have their fridges and sometimes even their TV sets outside in the yard because their rooms are so small to accommodate all those belongings. My brother, my sister, I am glad to hear that the salaries of police people have been tripled. But if this is the kind of evidence we are going to be getting from you, lopsided evidence, evidence that is edited, then you are either trying to tell us that you don't know your job or you are intentionally trying to hide whatever happened. Some time ago, there was a young lady who was actually raped, in fact, defiled by a policeman. The lady got pregnant. The policeman was indicted. At the end of the day, they brought the policeman back and concocted some kind of evidence. And this matter, we are still following it. Ghana police, please, if you want credibility, you must put Ghana first. It doesn't matter which one of your members is caught in the crossfire. Evidence is evidence and evidence must be given. You are supposed to be the masters of investigations and evidence. Today, if the whole Parliament of Ghana says that you have brought them edited evidence, you are turning the police service into a joke service, a circus. And I'm so disappointed in the IGP. How could you provide edited evidence when you know that this is not what is supposed to be done? People are crying left, right, and center that Anas edits his evidence and puts it out. But he has made it clear that whoever is interested in the full footage, he would readily provide that. And he's provided that time and again to the Ministry of Information and the people of Ghana. So today, if you are asked for evidence, all you can give is edited, lopsided evidence. I am so ashamed. Ghana police, you can do better than this. And we have to be careful. Now we are hearing that police and soldiers are even crashing. beating each other. My brother, my sister, there is soon going to be a very big competition between the police and soldier as to who is superior. That is not what we need in this country. We are not looking at who is superior. We are looking at who is providing better services to the people of Ghana, who is more patriotic. We are not looking at muscles. Neither are we looking at the best archers and the best shoots. We are looking at who can provide better services to the people of Ghana. Now, police and soldier are clashing and beating each other because police say they are tired of soldiers bullying them and maltreating them and looking down on them. If we are not careful, this is how a coup d'etat can start in this country when police and soldier are shooting at each other. Why a coup d'etat? Because these are the people who are supposed to be protecting the nation. So if they turn their guns at each other, then there is no government, there's no protection. Anybody can walk into the presidency and do anything at all. Anybody can walk into any institution and misbehave. Please. Is it because your salaries have been tripled? That is why your common sense has left you? Yes, your common sense of patriotism. Please, let's get back to it. Next thing I want to look at, and remember this is live on Facebook. Remember to share this broadcast, my brother, my sister. We call 3FM 92.7. And this one I'm reading from Peace FM Online. It says, free SHS food unfit for dogs. Comment unpresidential, vulgar, and low. And this is the Ministry of Education, PRO, to Mahama. And I read, now, spokesperson for the Ministry of Education, Kwesi Kwarteng, has called on former President John Dramani Mahama to apologize to Ghanaian children for equating the food they eat in schools to that of dogs. Mr. Mahama, in his campaign tour in the Central Region, expressed worry over the poor nature of the food being served the various senior high schools as part of the implementation of the government's flagship program, Free Senior High School, that is Free SHS. According to John Dramani Mahama, the poor nature of the food being served to the students makes them sick and uncomfortable. Today, if you go to see the kind of food the children are eating in the schools, you shudder to serve such food to your dogs at home. He told delegates and party members in Esikuma, Adobenya, Brakwa constituency. I would like to thank the former president of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, for looking at this and bringing it to the fore. And shame on Kwesi Kwarteng. That is your job, to do propaganda and to try to make the government look good, even though this is a dirty, useless government. Shame on you. Will your children eat the food that these children eat in their schools? Their beans is full of weevils. Dogs will not even eat this food. It's because of poverty and hunger. That is why a lot of these children are forced to eat this food. We saw recently how a table of about 12 children were struggling to share the head of one momone. What is wrong with you? Would you feed this food to your children? Dogs would even refuse to eat this food, apart from Ashaiman and Nima dogs. Which other dogs would eat the food that is served to the free SHS children? You want to hear it again? The free SHS food that is served to the children in our schools. Tell me, which dogs in Ghana would eat this? Apart from dogs in Ashaiman and Nima and Tudu, where we have a lot of stray dogs, where politicians have turned the place into their playground. They go for people to come and perpetrate violence during election. They have turned these wonderful areas into their political playgrounds. Mr. President, thank you so much for bringing this out. It's a shame that our future leaders are served with food that is not even fit for dogs, except dogs in Ashaiman and Nima. Now, when you go to Nima, It's a predominant Muslim area. So they are not interested in dogs. A lot of the households in Nima and Ashaiman do not keep dogs. So you see stray dogs all over the place eating from the gutters. You see stray dogs that have run from other areas into that area, feeding on just anything. It is only those dogs that would eat food from the free SHS. I have stopped my children from eating that food a very long time ago. Thank God at least I'm privileged to do this. It's a shame that this country is feeding its future leaders on such dirty crumbs. Mr. President, if your children were in those schools, would they eat from this? Children struggling to share a little piece of fish. Their soup is like water that has been colored. And when you look at it, you only ask posterity to calm down sooner to judge these dirty politicians. Mr. Kwesi Kwarteng, shame on you. Who should apologize? If Mr. President ever apologizes for this comment, I will disown him. Next thing I'm looking at today is from Graphic Online, and it says power production in danger. ECG owes IPPs 1.4 billion American dollars. My brother, how many of us know that Dumso has come back? They call it power rationing. Now the first timetable has come out, and some areas in Accra are going to be tasting pitch black darkness. Today and the rest of the days to come, Dumso is back. My brother, look at how much ECG owes. Recently we saw ECG running around and disconnecting so many different people. Some of them who were supposed to be responsible citizens, like the Parliament House, some hospitals, and some big organizations, my brother, my sister, showed us that they are not that responsible. You use electricity and you don't pay, and you expect me to call you a responsible parliament? Is that what you are teaching to the citizenry? Some hospitals that even had vaccines were disconnected, and I supported ECG for that. Little did I know that ECG was doing this because of this humongous amount of debt it has accumulated. 1.4 billion dollars. This is half of the amount that Ghana is running around the IMF, sniffing it like a sniffer dog on it, asking for. You want to hear it again? Ghana is sniffing around the IMF like a dirty, stinking sniffer dog, looking for this amount of money, twice that. This is half of the money that Ghana is looking for from the IMF. And one institution already owes this amount of money, 1.4 billion American dollars. My brother, my sister, do we have a future in this country? Electricity is everything. We all saw what Dumso did. We all saw how companies closed down, how unemployment was rife in this country. Today, my brother, my sister, this is becoming our fate. What a country. This other thing I'm taking from my Joy Online, and it says we will resume picketing. Yes, we will resume picketing if government fails to honor payment in 2 weeks. And this is coming from pensioner bondholders. You remember the former CJ joined hands with people, that's the Chief Justice, joined hands with some other pensioners to picket right there at the premises of the Minister of Finance. They have not been sorted out. They boasted that they had sorted them out. Now they've given them 2 weeks. If they are not paid, they will go back there. But what a nation. A nation that will deprive its senior citizens of money that is for their drugs and medicines and food. All because it has mismanaged the economy so irresponsibly. Posterity will judge you guys so harshly. Finally, I'm looking at this from Peace FM Online, and it says VGMA is a curse to high life music. And this is Ambule speaking. While many industry players applaud Charterhouse organizers of the annual Vodafone Ghana Music Awards VGMA for continuously throwing the spotlight on and promoting works of Ghanaian artists, veteran high life artists JW Ambule, on the other hand, sees the award scheme as a contribution to the limping state of high life music. In his view, VGMA, one of the biggest and much anticipated events on the Ghanaian entertainment calendar, gives outsiders a false impression of music representation in Ghana. He said the scheme gave the topmost awards to artists pursuing their music genres, which further affect the dwindling fortunes of high life music. He explained to Graphic Showbiz that the observation is confirmed by the number as well as quality of artists nominated in the best high life artist of the year category. Well, I leave it here. Listen, man, listen. Jedubule Ambule is a respected citizen of this country. He's musically deep. I love him. I appreciate him. But Ambule, let me tell you something. I am surprised that you still have some hope in this VGMA and expect that VGMA can do anything. This is an award scheme that is nothing but a cheap pay and buy award scheme. That's what it is. Can't you see? Now people are supposed to pay and vote before they win awards, and you call these awards? I am shocked that senior citizens like Ambule still see this as a little credible. VGMA has no credibility at all. Credibility thrown to the dogs. And I'm telling you the truth. You have to pay to vote to win. You have to ask your fans to pay and vote before they win awards. Are you not giving the awards to the highest bidder? The person who can pay more? Every year you see musicians buying votes in the name of pay, vote to win awards. Is this a credible award? I wonder people still have faith in these useless awards, my brother, my sister. Many people are afraid to say that. Listen, some time ago when Ghanaians were so excited about this, musicians will track the calendar of the VGMA and be able to push it. At that time, it was even called the GMA. But today, no Ghanaian is interested in that. My brother, my sister, let us not be this careless and irresponsible. This is not representing Ghana. It is representing its business selfishness. And my brother, my sister, the least we talk about this useless awards, the better. How can you call these awards when people are paying to vote and win? In other words, they are paying to buy awards. And some Ghanaians are still sitting down like dummies thinking that this is an award system. What a shame. This is going to hit them, and they will see that we are speaking the truth. Thank you so much, my brother, my sister. My name is Blakk Rasta. I want to say thank you so much for joining us. It's time for the news at